I'm from Springfield, Missouri. That's in the southwest corner of the state, and it's right above the Ozark Mountains. My favorite thing about Springfield was that when I was there, it was about 150,000, which is large enough to give a kid a little bit of a big city feel. But then if you drive 5 minutes out of that place, you're in deep rural country. So I got a chance to grow up in this area where I could experience kind of city life, but also experience that countryside. I never had any intention of being in the agriculture industry at all. Uh, my thought was to maybe be a teacher one day or maybe a college professor, but I always knew I wanted to do something with art. And so I've always been drawn to creative spaces. And I did not think that correlated with the seed industry. And yet here I am. Out of high school, I joined the military. I was in the Marine Corps for almost 10 years. And while in, I got a degree in history and political science because that's another passion of mine. But in the military, I was doing graphic design work and really came to love it. It played into my creative side. And so when I got out, I decided to go back to school and pursue design. And that's ultimately what led me to working with DLF. My role with the company has mainly evolved from the early days where I was being tasked with very specific things to create and had very confined metrics to follow because of my lack of experience and my lack of knowledge with this industry. In the 6 years since then, I have a lot more freedom to make judgment calls, to figure out the right angle for information, and I just have a little bit more opportunity to invest my own ideas into what we're creating. By accomplishing that communication of value to our customers. What I do at the end of the day is take content and turn it into something that people can understand and then be excited by it. So if we can keep our customers excited by what we're sharing with them, then we've done our job. I know one that I really enjoyed was the 100-year anniversary project for Lacrosse Seed. Got to go to the local library and do historical research and get to know the community that I live in, and then bring that and put out some awesome print collateral, trade show banners to show that to the public. Being in this industry, I've learned a ton about the people that we're providing products for, and this area of the world where folks are hard workers and need the product that we provide so that they can feed us and feed the world. So all of that has been eye-opening for me, and it's taught me a ton about how to engage with people from all walks of life. My favorite thing about working for this company, though, is probably just the culture and the people. I know how much they care about me. I know how much they care about my coworkers and friends. And everyone's able to have a good time and feel like they're being taken care of. And it really takes a lot of stress out of it. And we're all just enjoying our time working together. Usually hanging out with my kids or hanging out with my wife. I got 4 of them, including a new baby. So he's keeping me busy and giving my wife a break to do that. Hanging out with friends out in the countryside, going to church on Sundays. That's my weekend. What comes to my mind is just watching my kids grow up and hopefully start families of their own, and just being able to really engage with my family as it continues to grow in time and be there for, God willing, as long as possible and see all of that come to fruition. What I would actually do is probably travel through time. I would go back to all the amazing historical moments that I've read about my entire life. You know, Declaration of Independence, or Jesus in Galilee, or the Roman Empire, all these things that I love. I would travel through time and check all that out. I'd be tempted to say I'd take my wife with me, but I don't think she'd want to go. I think that my wife would be like, I don't want to go back to the past. But I bet you my kids might. So I would take my kids with, and it'd be a great learning experience for them and for me, and that's what I would do. This is going to sound a little philosophical, but in recent years, I've really come to try to participate in the world around me like it's an art project that I get to help create. Being able to help create the reality around me for myself and my family and my friends. I actually come from a golf industry background where all of my family, my brothers, my uncle, my father, all owned and operated golf courses my entire life. And I am a terrible golfer. I am the black sheep of the family, and they're all very disappointed in me. So that's one. The other is that the last couple of years, I've really put a concerted effort into learning about whiskey and becoming something of a little whiskey connoisseur. So I'm still in progress on that, but I've really enjoyed doing that. That's been a lot of fun. And then the third thing I would say is that I'm an Eastern Orthodox Christian, and they're kind of rare in the US. And so oftentimes people don't even really know what that is. So that seems kind of unique, and you might not know that about me. So